All right, so we're gonna do our mentor debrief for my standard 4 and 5 video. It was a social studies lesson about North America for my grade 2 students. So, Steve, please.
Yeah, I really liked the lesson. The kids seem to already know quite a bit, so you were able to build on their knowledge that they already had about, maybe they already knew there were 7 continents, and then you just focused on North America. And yeah, I liked how you used a song to get it to sink into them about the continent. Um, and I saw you were recording on your tablet. I think probably like kind of points system.
Yeah, stickers.
Yeah, so that was good. The kids get to see right away that you're rewarding them.
Yeah, that's something I had to change because I used to do it on the board here. And the board's far away.
All right.
I don't want to walk the 5 steps every time for a sticker. So
Yeah,
I got the little sheet.
it keeps the class moving. And yeah, it's a good idea. Um, I really liked how you demonstrated the continents. Like started with continent, then country. You brought your hands in closer and closer. Um, that was good. It gives them a visual. Um, Using the equator, I remember in your lesson was a good focal point to talk about the temperature, how far away you are from it. Kind of gets the kids to really understand that the center of the earth is kind of the hottest.
Yeah, yeah. It's really tough to get them to understand the concept of continent, country, city. Like trying to do it with size and all that, but like I think that because the words continent and country are so close to each other
Mm-hmm.
that when I hear that word, it's tough to drill into them.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I liked your repetition of the words. You repeated words that you thought that they really needed to be sure of and know, uh, and you said it with so that they could read it accurately, with good tone. Um, the country sandwich you talked about, which I think it was like Canada, America's the meat, Mexico's the other bun. I thought that was cool. I liked, again, they can visualize it. Like, you talk, say, a big sandwich. Yeah, you've got the biggest countries. Yeah, I like that. The platform you used, I think this talks about the standard quite a bit. The Florida Virtual School platform is really accurate for what the kids need to learn, especially about that lesson. And it's very engaging for the kids. It's bright colors, it shows the maps perfectly, and it allows you to take it further and talk about the country or the state and city where you're from, and then you can get them to start asking more questions about that. That was good. Yeah, that's so for the first standard. Yeah, I think content knowledge. You know your content, and you demonstrated it really well for the kids to understand completely. And but there was one point I think one of the students said, "Oh, is Canada's another state?" And you corrected it. So it's like a misconception that they had, and you corrected it. So, yeah, that was good. Yeah. So for standard 4, I think I would give proficient for sure. It's a good one. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I mean, just about the platform, like it is meant for grade 2 students for Florida, right? So it's designed very well for kids their age, but it is difficult for us ELO learners to follow the language really. They just use kind of unnecessarily big words a lot. So I mean, something that because it's new to me, something that I could probably work on is adapting simpler maybe materials or just verbiage to what we're actually doing, besides just going off of what's being like supplied for us. So that's something that I could probably work on, I think.
Yeah, that is a good point. I find myself when I'm reading a question to my kids and the vocabulary is just substitute the word for a more basic word.
Right.
Okay, so standard 4. Yeah, the resources that you have, I think they're fine. Like I was just saying, maybe again we could the language and maybe the places that you're talking about are very foreign to these kids. So if you can kind of compare it to here. So if you're talking about cities, you could say, you know, the biggest city is this, and it's compared to like Hanoi or Saigon.
Sure.
Yeah. So they have an understanding. Yeah, so I think for the next standard 2, I would give, again, proficient. It's standard 5 is the one I was really wanting to look at. The project-based learning. So it's basically asking, do you design it well so that students can make projects on their own or with little guidance? I think that's basically what we're asking. And I just had a few thoughts. For the kids like that age, they love to be active. So I would say if you could get them laying down, you could have them laying down, like if you're talking about North America, you have one is Canada, one is US, and one is Mexico, and then you could talk about different spots, different cities, and then you could say, where on their body do you think this city is? Just kind of get the kids moving around the room a bit more.
Okay. Make the kids countries?
You could make the kids countries, or you could get them to go in a circle, and then you could have one kid be the equator that lies across right in the middle of the circle.
Sure.
Just visual stuff. And for projects, I think you could ask them what they want to do. Once you've explained the concept of the continent or the continents, you could say, okay, what kind of project could we make out of this? Get some ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I want to, for as far as the continents and this whole geography part of the social studies lessons we're doing is maybe once we cover all the continents or whatever, maybe bring it all together into a big project, or maybe for each continent have a small little project that they can all come together with. I'm not sure if we're going to cover all 7 continents. I'm not sure how our curriculum rolls out, but yeah, maybe something like that. Having small worksheets work towards a big project or something. So it's not a daunting task.
Yeah. And I think the kids they're just fascinated with, especially America. You could just talk about the 3 major countries in North America, and what makes them unique, what are the cool things that each of them have. Yeah, I would do that. And yeah, I think the kids love projects, and they learn a lot from just acting out stuff or creating their own things. The questions come piling in once they start, making something. Yeah, and that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, those are actually, I really appreciate those ideas. Because a lot of times when I think of projects, I think of like building a diorama or big posters or whatever, but like assigning a country to each kid and saying, come up with 3 kinds of food and I don't know, a movie or a song that you like from this country, and having them research because they can do Google searches or whatever. I mean, I guess that's a project that maybe that could be fun for them and not like super artistically involved. So yeah, I like those ideas a lot.
Yeah, and then they could like present that.
Right, like a presentation.
And then the students can learn from each other. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was really, really well done, and then it's kind of like the lead up to starting a project. That lesson.
Sure.
Correct.
Yeah, we cut it off there at the 20 minutes. We did have a worksheet for them to fill out as far as filling, like, I guess, just an assessment, a quick formative assessment at the end of the lesson was just a blank map for them to color in to make sure that, you know, they got Alaska and the U.S. the same color and put all the places in the right spot. So that's like a quick form of assessment that wasn't caught on the video because it was only 20 minutes. But yeah, anything else? Is that all the guiding questions?
Yeah, I mean, nothing really else.
Cool.
I thought it was good. Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Well done. High five.
Thanks.
All right.